Here's a workout you can do anywhere with no equipment needed. Use the wheel in the description, land on a category, pick an exercise, and go. Do 2 to 4 sets and spin again. This video includes demos of each exercise organized by category. There are options for beginner to advanced, and you can add dumbbells if you have them, but you don't need them. Click the link in the description, open the spinner, and let's get started. We're going to start with our exercises in the squat category. The first exercise is the bottom-up squat. If you're working from a higher chair or bench, it'll be a little easier. And if you want to make it harder, just move to a lower step or bench, something sturdy. Could even be your stairs. If this still isn't challenging enough, you can always make it lower. And if you want even more challenge, you can go ahead and pick up something heavy or a dumbbell and use that as you stand up. Do make sure that you keep the weight very close to your chest and keep your core braced throughout the exercise. The next exercise is a wall sit. So place your back flat against the wall, including your head. Your hands can rest on your legs to make it a little easier. To make it harder, reach your arms forward. Keep your core braced here. Keep squeezing your legs. To make it even more challenging, you could pick up a dumbbell or anything else heavy and hold it close to your chest. This one's done for time. So think 15 seconds, 20 seconds, up to a minute. Next exercise is the kneel to stand. This is a more advanced exercise. You're going to create a cushion with your mat, or you can do it from the carpet. Step forward with one leg, use your hands to push yourself up, then use your hands to support yourself back down. You're going to repeat this equal times on each side. Keep the core braced, and there's a bit of a balance challenge on this as well. If you want to make it harder, just take the hands away. Notice that I switched lead legs here, and that's what I mean by making sure you do equal number on each side. And if you still want to make it harder, you can just add a dumbbell or anything heavy while you continue the movement. Again, you want to keep that weight super close to your chest, keep your core braced, and you always want to do equal number on each leg. For the push exercises, the first one is going to be a table push-up. So you step away from the table, put your hands wider than the chest, and then keep your core strong as you ease your body toward the table and push away. To make it harder, come down to the floor on your knees, hands still wider than the shoulders. Abs are braced as you lower your chest down to elbow level. Push the floor away. To take it up a notch, go ahead and straighten the legs. Again, keeping the core super strong as you lower the entire body toward the floor. And if you still want a harder exercise, go ahead and alternate by lifting one toe, doing your push-up, and then switching and lifting the other toe. Keeping that full range of motion, chest to elbow level. Multiple pull exercise options. The first is a bent over row. Standing with your feet hip distance, hinge forward from the hips, place one hand on a stable surface, brace the core, make sure your back is nice and flat as you pull the elbow back toward the hip, keeping it close to your torso. You could also use a milk jug here. This is laundry detergent, which can get pretty heavy if it's full. To make it harder, take a big step forward, place your hand on your thigh, and do the same rowing action. Keeping that core braced, a little more balance challenge. This is called a towel row. You're going to wrap the towel around a table leg while you straddle the table leg, and then lift your body, bringing your elbows high and wide, and keeping your core engaged, super strong. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you pull yourself up. This is just the same exercise from a different perspective, so you can see how my elbows remain pretty high and wide. And then this is an advanced exercise. This is an inverted row using a table. You're going to crawl under the table, bring your hands wider than your shoulders, keep your knees a little bit bent, and pull your body all the way up to the table, keeping your core strong. If you really want to make it hard, this is challenging, keep your legs super straight and come up onto your heels. This one's tough. Make sure you have a good grip on that table, guys. These are our hinge exercises. The first one is a glute bridge. Most of you have done this. Your feet are hip distance, knees bent, palms are up at your sides. You're gonna squeeze your butt to lift your hips up off the floor. You're pushing through your heels as you lift your glutes. To make this more challenging, go ahead and cross one ankle over the opposite leg. Do the same thing. So you're pressing through the heel. You're really going to feel your glutes and your hamstring on this one. If you still want a harder option, you can grab a raised surface. This is just a kitchen stool, but make sure it's something sturdy. Put your feet up on it. Make sure your feet are flexed so your heels are really pressing into that raised surface, and you're going to squeeze your butt to lift your hips off the floor. To make this even harder as well, same thing. Go to the single leg version. And if you still want to make it harder on any of these exercises, of course you can add resistance with a dumbbell or any other heavy object. So just place that weight right on your hips and hold it there with your hands. And here's the single leg version with the weight. Remember, guys, do both sides equal reps if you're doing a single leg version. And if you still want a different hinge exercise, you're going to lift up into a bridge on your heels, walk your feet away 4 steps, and then walk back in. The goal here is to keep those hips off the floor even as you walk those feet away. This one's tough. And of course, as always, you can add resistance if you still want it to be harder. It can be common to have hamstring cramps when you're doing these hinge exercises. If that happens to you, just stop the exercise, hug your knees to your chest till it goes away, and then proceed. Let's practice balance. The first balance exercise is a single leg balance. You're just going to stand with one leg raised, keeping your core braced. If this feels easy, start to move your arms around in crazy ways and see if you can still maintain your balance. The next exercise is a backward stepping lunge. You're going to step back, bend the back knee, come up and pause with that knee raised. We'll pause at the top with the core brace. That's the real balance challenge. It's the same exercise, just a different perspective. And just a reminder, when you're doing single leg or single arm work, you want to make sure you do equal reps on each side. The last balance exercise is a single leg RDL or Romanian deadlift. You're going to hinge forward on one leg while you extend the opposite leg behind you, reaching down toward the floor. Keeping the core braced, I like to put the other arm out to the side for balance. If you want to make this harder, of course, you can add resistance, either with your dumbbell or your milk jug or your laundry detergent. Go really slow and really keep control of the motion. The abs must be braced. And these are our power exercises. The first is a double heel lift if you don't feel ready to jump. If you do, start to push yourself away from the floor and bend your knees as you land. Those are called pogo hops. The next progression is a jump squat. You're going to sit down into a squat and then power yourself up, bracing your core and landing with soft knees. And then the final challenge is a broad jump. You're going to jump across something. It doesn't have to be as wide as a mat. Bracing your core and keeping your feet wide and knees soft as you land.